Happy Monday, everybody. For today's science lesson, we are going to learn about planet Earth in the solar system. So that means we're going to be learning about the planets in outer space. We're going to start this by reading 2 books today. We're going to read Your Mission on Earth to learn all about our planet, Earth, and then we're going to read Planets Around the Solar System, I believe is what it's called. And that's going to take us through a journey all around the solar system where we'll learn about all of the different planets in our solar system. So let's go ahead and get started. For today's science lesson, we're reading 2 books, all about the planets, outer space in our solar system. First, we are going to learn about planet Earth. Planet Earth is where we all live. It's our planet, it's where Maryland is, it's where Baltimore is, it's where Furley Elementary School is. That is all on planet Earth. This book is called Your Mission on Earth by Christine Zukora-Walsk, illustrated by Scott Burrows. Your Mission on Earth. Going into space. We're so lucky we live on Earth. It has everything we need to survive, and it's beautiful. Blue skies and green grass, and trees surround us. Barely anybody gets to leave Earth. We are kept here because of Earth's gravity. But you are lucky. You have a spacecraft ready to jet you into outer space. Blast off. There's the spacecraft, also called a spaceship. What do you see in this picture? Great. We see a spaceship, we see stars, we see the moon, we see a girl who looks like an astronaut, we see a cat that looks like an astronaut, and they're ready to take off. The solar system. We have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These are all of the planets in the solar system. In your spacecraft, you find a map of our solar system. Your map shows 8 planets orbiting the Sun. That means they're circling around the Sun. The Sun is our solar system star. Earth is the 3rd planet from the Sun. The Sun is about 93 million miles away from our planet. View from space. Hundreds of miles up, your spacecraft starts orbiting Earth. Look out the window. Earth is lovely. You see that most of Earth is covered in blue water. You look at the white swirls of clouds. You spot the green land. Here is planet Earth out the window. You can also see the moon. Water. Earth's water is important. All living things need water. Most of Earth's water is liquid. This is because of the Earth's distance from the Sun. If Earth were closer to the Sun, the water would boil away into the air. If Earth were further from the Sun, the water would freeze into ice. Interior, that means inside. Earth is made of rock and metal. The shell of rock and soil, which is dirt, around Earth is called the crust. A layer of mostly hot, solid rock called the mantle lies below. Under that, it gets really hot. The outer core is molten iron. Earth's inner core is solid iron. Earth's crust is cracked. The pieces move. When they spread apart or bump together, volcanoes erupt or earthquakes tremble. Over millions of years, mountains form. Atmosphere. You see Earth's atmosphere from space. It looks like a blue outline around the planet. Our air is mostly nitrogen and oxygen. Our air also contains tiny amounts of other gases, like carbon dioxide. These gases hold the sun's heat near to Earth's surface, so it's warm enough for us to live. Life on Earth. Earth is very special. As far as we know, it's the only planet with intelligent life. How long has life existed on Earth? You do some research. Many scientists believe the smallest life forms came into being about 3.5 billion years ago. That was way before dinosaurs existed. Over the billions of years, life became more and more complex, like you. It says History of Life on Earth, and there's a picture of a dinosaur. Days and years. As your spacecraft orbits Earth, you zoom toward and away from the sun. You see the sun every 1.5 hours. It's kind of like a sunrise in space. But you know that on Earth, the time between sunrises is 24 hours. That equals 1 day. Earth spins like a top. As it spins toward the sun appears to rise. As Earth spins away from the sun appears to set. The time from sunrise to sunset is 1 day. While Earth spins, it also orbits or circles around the sun. The time it takes a planet to orbit the sun is 1 year. 1 year on Earth is about 365 days. And here's a map. It shows over by the sun, it's daytime on Earth, and over away from the sun, it's nighttime on Earth. And this is our different seasons. As we go around the Earth, we have spring, summer, fall, and winter. Seasons. Earth spins at a tilt. As Earth moves in its orbit, different parts of the planet are tilted toward the sun. This is why Earth has seasons. The part that is tilted toward the sun has summer. The part that is tilted away from the sun has winter. Space junk. You notice that you've got company up here. Thousands of human-made objects orbit Earth. The bigger ones are spacecrafts or old satellites. The smaller ones are junk left behind by spacecrafts. This includes paint flakes and space gear. Here is a picture of a satellite. The moon. The biggest object orbiting Earth is the moon. It's about 1/4 as wide as Earth. It orbits about 238,855 miles away. You head toward the moon. It takes a few hours to get there. As you near the moon, you see mountains, rocky plains, and many craters. You carefully land your craft where it's flat. The moon is made of solid rock. You step onto the rocks and powdery dust on its surface. You see your cat meowing, but you can't hear it. You remember reading that there is no air in space. Because of that, there is no sound either. You can shout hello back to Earth to test this. You can't hear yourself. You're excited to get back to Earth. There, all your friends and family can hear you shout hello to them. The end. Now that we learned some about planet Earth, we are going to read the book Planets Around the Sun, and we'll learn about all of the other planets in our solar system. We live on a planet called Earth. Earth is one of 8 planets that travel around the sun. The sun and everything that travels around it are called the solar system. Here's the sun, Mercury, Earth, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. The sun is a giant ball of fiery, hot gases. If Earth were the size of a basketball, the sun would be as big as a basketball court. So knowing what we just read, do you guys think the sun is bigger than the Earth or smaller than the Earth? Yeah, the sun is way, way, way bigger than the Earth. If Earth was a basketball that you could hold in your hands, the sun would be the size of an entire basketball court, which is way bigger. And here's another picture of the fiery hot sun. Mercury is closest to the sun. Mercury is a planet. During the day, its temperature is almost 800 degrees Fahrenheit. That is so hot. During a normal summer day in Baltimore, it might get up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Only 100. But on Mercury, it gets up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. But at night, the temperature drops to nearly 300 degrees below zero. So in the daytime, it gets really, really hot. and at night it gets freezing cold. Venus is about the same size as Earth, but it is very different. Thick clouds cover the planet, but it has no water. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. And it says Venus has no water on it. Here's a picture of Venus. And here's another picture of Earth. Earth is the only planet that has water on its surface. If Earth were closer to the sun, the oceans would boil away. If it were further away, the oceans would freeze. So Earth is just the right distance from the sun to have water and to have life on it. If we were any closer to the sun, the oceans would evaporate, and if we were any further, they would freeze solid. Do you guys think we could live on a planet where the oceans were frozen solid? Probably not. No, if all the water was frozen solid, we wouldn't be able to get drinking water. Earth's moon is not a planet. Planets travel around the sun. Moons travel around planets. Even though Earth's moon is 250,000 miles away, it is our closest neighbor. And down here we have some of the different phases of the moon, the different ways the moon looks in the night sky. We have our new moon, crescent moon, quarter moon, gibbous moon, and full moon. The surface of Mars is a red, dusty soil. Spacecraft from Earth have landed on Mars. So humans on Earth have been able to send spacecraft machines all the way to Mars. People are interested in looking for signs of life there, but so far they have found no signs of life. Jupiter is much larger than all of the other planets combined. The surface of Jupiter is an ocean of liquid hydrogen, 10,000 miles deep. The Great Red Spot is a giant storm on Jupiter. This storm is bigger than Earth. So here's a picture of Jupiter, and Jupiter is bigger than all of the other planets put together. There's a storm on Jupiter that is bigger than our entire planet Earth is. Saturn is the second largest planet. Saturn has rings made of pieces of ice, rock, and dust. Here are Saturn's rings. Some pieces are smaller than a penny. Others are as big as a house. Uranus is a green planet. There's Uranus. Its very thin rings are made of an unknown black material. Uranus has 5 large moons and at least 22 smaller ones. Neptune is a blue-green planet with giant storms on its surface. Freezing winds blow across Neptune at speeds of up to 700 miles per hour. So that is way, way faster than any cars or winds go on the planet Earth. Wind goes up to 700 miles an hour. And there's Neptune. Pluto was once called the 9th planet. Scientists now call it a dwarf planet. It is too small to clear smaller objects from its path. It is smaller than any of the other planets and 7 of the moons. Pluto is very cold and part of the icy outer solar system. So that means it's really far away from the sun. Asteroids are chunks of rock. They are much smaller than planets. About 4,000 asteroids circle the sun between Mars and Jupiter. This area is called an asteroid belt. And there's an asteroid. Far out in space, other planets circle other stars. But no one knows if any distant planets are like Earth. We still have much to learn about planets and stars. The end. I really hope everybody enjoyed today's lesson and liked learning about our planet Earth and all of the other planets in the solar system. After today's lesson, we have a pretty fun homework assignment. I linked 2 virtual field trips right below the assignment announcement in Google Classroom and in Class Dojo. There's one virtual field trip all about planet Mars, and then there's another virtual field trip where you can explore stars and constellations in the night sky. So I would like it if you could at least explore one of those virtual field trips with your student so they can learn a little bit more about space, about the planets, and about the night sky. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.